In most failures, it isn't the entrepreneur who fails, it's the ecosystem that defeats them. India loves to celebrate its 157 registered startups and 118 unicorns worth $354 billion. But compare that to the US, with just 82,000 startups and over 1,100 unicorns. The contrast isn't about entrepreneurs, it's about the environment that makes or breaks them. Most Indian founders come from middle-class backgrounds. They don't have deep pockets or family business legacies. They're dreamers, running on limited capital, forced to survive long uncertainties. A supportive ecosystem could cut costs, shorten timelines, and save many of them. But here's the reality. 90% of Indian startups fail. 1 in 5 collapses in the very first year. By year 2, a third are gone. This isn't just the global startup risk. This is India's own systemic failure, and that's where we come in. Welcome to Outrageously Yours, where disruption isn't a buzzword, it's a habit. We don't just ask why startups fail. We dare to ask, why does the system make them fail? The Indian startup ecosystem bleeds from within. Legal and regulatory hurdles, slow courts, weak contract enforcement, endless litigation, lack of human capital, poor lateral thinking, and too few real mentors. SOS, no salvage mechanisms. Failing startups rarely get rescued through mergers or acquisitions. Failure stigma. We punish failure instead of treating it as resilience. Tax and compliance chaos, angel tax disputes, GST refund delays, overlapping regulations. Tier 2 and Tier 3 exclusion. Outside metros, startups lack funding and banking support. Weak IP protection and ambiguous sectoral regulations, from fintech to crypto. And trend chasing with weak leadership, chasing bubbles instead of building strategy. The outcome, an ecosystem where startups burn out, not because they lacked ideas, but because the system bled them dry. But beyond numbers and policies, there are human stories. We spoke to one entrepreneur who shut down his startup after 5 years, despite investing crores of rupees. This is what he told us. Why did I fail? An anonymous entrepreneur. 1. Regulatory bodies prefer to look away, shy away from decision-making. Bureaucrats at center and states end up point fingers at each other. 2. Legal system, heavy pendency, lack of ownership, only helplessness. 3. Law enforcement spent 50% of time at police stations, courts, and lawyer chambers. Principals highly comprisable. 4. Founders, instead of spending time in their think labs, forced to spend their time at unproductive places. 5. Private banks lack skilled staff to run the show, cause blunders causing startups to fold up. RBI as a redressal mechanism, an apology. 6. Bank financing, unknown beyond metros. 7. GST, lacked sensitivity to business challenges. As we said earlier, it isn't the entrepreneur who fails, it's the ecosystem that defeats him. If India truly wants to be the startup capital of the world, it needs an ecosystem designed for Indian realities, one where regulation supports, not suffocates, where failure isn't stigma, but a stepping stone, where legal, financial, and cultural systems encourage resilience, not exhaustion. This is Outrageously Yours, where silence isn't absence, it's strategy. Until next time, keep disrupting.